Good morning, students. Today we are doing our second poetry, Fire and Ice, written by Robert Frost. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. Now, poet is analyzing over here the hot debate among the people, and the debate is on what might be the possible cause of the world to come to an end. So there are certain belief of the people. Some people believe that the world will end in fire. Now they are of the belief that someday the earth's core is going to get heated up so much that it would lead to fire and ultimately destruction. Now students, you are aware how fire spreads very quickly and fast and causes destruction in no time. And then there are certain people who believe that the world will end in ice, that is, it would freeze. When the temperature would go down, life on the earth would be impossible to survive, to live, and ultimately it would end in destruction of the world. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. Now, poet compares fire and ice to human emotions. He says that he had personal experience with desire, and his personal experience with desire leads him to conclude that the world will end in fire. Now, we people have desires, have passions. These are human emotions that are related with fire. And because of these emotions, the lust, greed, rat race, materialism, name, fame, this race is going on. And because of this race to reach up to the ultimate goal of getting this in one's life, man is sacrificing his emotional needs also. So these desires and passions and greed, they will do what? They are going to lead to the destruction of a person. It will corrupt a person, and even it would corrupt the society and will ultimately lead to an end of the world. Poet says, but if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction, ours is also great and would suffice. Now, Robert Frost says that if the world had to end twice, then he believes that there is so much of hatred among people, it is spreading among people all around, that it will lead to destruction. Now, students, you might have noticed that when one part of our body comes in contact with ice, our body part becomes numb. Similarly, hatred in human being, it ruins the thought of the person, it ruins person mind, it rots the person's soul, and we become altogether insensitive and cruel. Certain time people have this hatred in their hearts for years and sometimes for lifetime. So poet says what? That this hatred will, this callousness, this insensitivity would lead to the end of the world. He says that fire and passion quickly consume a relationship, but cold indifference and hatred will be equally destructive to end this world. Now, the poet, we are going to go through what poetic devices, ornamental devices, Robert Frost has used. Now, we are going to discuss rhyme scheme. Fire, desire, fire. Now, the rhyming is same, so it is A. Ice, twice, eyes, suffice. The rhyming is same, so it is B. Hate, great, it is different, so it is C. So the rhyming scheme of this poetry is AB, AA, BC, BC, B. Now let's discuss alliteration. You already know alliteration means repetition of a consonant sound at the start of two or more closely placed words. So in the very first line, some say the world will end in fire. World, well. So the word sound has been repeated. Then it says, I hold with those who favor fire. favor, fire. First sound has been repeated. Now, you can notice that how the first two lines have a same beginner, that is some say, some say. Some say the world, some say in eyes. So this is what? This is anaphora. Anaphora, that is the repetition of the word or expression at the start of two or more consecutive lines. Then you can notice that in the first stanza as well second stanza there is a continuation of a line, that is the thought or clause that does not come to an end at the line break, rather it moves over to the next line. For example, from what I've tasted of desire I hold with those who favor fire. So you can notice after desire there's no punctuation mark and the line and the thought continues. Similarly, in the second stanza, I know enough of hate to say that for destruction eyes is also great and would suffice. There's no punctuation mark or a line break after hate, eyes and great. So this is what? This is called as enjambment. And then you can notice paradox, paradox, if it had to perish twice. That is a true statement but which seems very untrue. Then overall you can notice this poetry is symbolism, fire is a symbol for desires and ice is a symbol for hate. Thank you.